Britain is burning, says the Daily Mail. Guys, welcome to the channel, and I just saw this day after, nightmare before, Sunderland Way. This is because of the attack on those little girls by that teenager, basically an adult that comes from a certain origin and certain cultural values on what's right and wrong that don't quite coagulate with a Western civilization, and people are fed up. People are pissed. They've had enough. No, having little girls like animals, no, that's not acceptable. You cannot allow that. And you know what? When you see that the enormous majority of people behaving like that are not from your own country, that kind of pisses you off. Is that too much to ask? Isn't that a little bit understandable? No, because you also happen to have now a prime minister that is the epitome of lefty commie shit, and is going to blame all of this on you. You are the problem, you racist British bigot, that you're not tolerant enough of Muslims and people from Africa and all of this crap that we're already tired of. We're fed up. We can't take this shit anymore. This is happening to your kids, little girls. This is what they try to impose on you and blame it on you, right? And it's not okay. People have a breaking point. I have lived in UK. I know how the society is, how they love their queen, how they are very obedient of whatever the government says. They are very law-abiding, maybe to an extreme that you don't find in other places where they have more of a boiling point. The shit tolerance is a little bit less. Maybe now with a new king, it's not so much, but usually you're very pro-monarchy and pro-government and pro-someone being on the upper level of, they have things figured out. They look after us, and we just follow their lead and just keep things civil, very civil in general. Now, the more you add uncivilized people to this mess, the more you're cornered into a position where, okay, so I'm polite, I'm civilized, manners make the man, as the school I went to, a British school, right, from a very nice old British lady that I still remember fondly, as the head teacher, the school principal, right. That was the motto of our school: manners make the man. I always thought that was a bit. No, it doesn't. You can be a complete piece of shit. But as I grew older, I understand that, yes, civilized behavior is something that needs to be appreciated more. And then you realize it's not just about manners. It's about the values you have. It's about how you treat others. It's about not raising your voice like I do because I'm Latino. I'm from South America. I am from the part of the world where we raise our voice. You have to control it all the time, because if not, we yell. Are you angry? Why are you shouting? No, that's how I speak. Okay, cheeky. But there's people that are not like that. But these people are becoming a tiny minority in their own country, right? And even though we are from different parts of the world, we still share certain values. Usually it's going to be revolving around the traditional Christian values of don't be an animal, don't be a complete piece of shit, treat others like you would like to be treated yourself. Yes, there's things you don't do to women. Yes, there's things you don't do to children. But there's other parts in the world where those things do not apply. I haven't been to India, not planning to go anytime soon, but I know for a fact that's not the case. Those values simply do not exist there. Some people may have it, some people may not, but you cannot be surprised when you see that the overwhelming majority of the population does not share those Christian values of yours because they happen to not be Christian, okay? And the same goes for other parts of the world where these things simply do not apply. And people have had enough. That's why they said, you know what? We can't take this anymore. And you know who they attack? You know who I saw a dog being, literally, a dog being unleashed on a white British guy that he was holding a beer. Yeah, he was holding a beer. That was his crime. And he was shouting at the police. And because they didn't like being shouted at, they unleashed a dog, an attack dog, literally on his ass. And here in the Daily Mail, they said, karma. No, that was not karma. That was assault. A police officer in UK attacked a person that was not doing anything wrong other than complaining, rightfully so. He was not destroying property. He was not attacking the cops. He was not attacking little girls. And yet he was bitten by a dog. Now that piece of shit that they now are protecting, that we know what he did to those little girls. Did he get bitten by dogs? Was he attacked? Was he beaten by a mob? Or is he now being protected by your own fucking government? By that asshole that was just now elected? It is very interesting, man. Yeah. I harbor concerns about Islamification of Britain. Oh, do you? Are you concerned now? Oh.
At least some bit of good news there. But we have seen riots, not just in Southport on Tuesday night.
I wouldn't even bother with Islamification. Really? It's too fucking late. Have you ever walked in London? What mayor does the city have? What kind of prime minister did you have up until it's already too fucking late. You're trying to reclaim you thought that leaving the European Union was going to help you in reclaiming no, it's even worse. You have more immigration from these parts than before. It's actually skyrocketed since you left Europe. No, you cannot physically leave Europe, but you know what I mean. We'll get our blue passport. You were fucked. You were tricked. You were lied to. And now you realize that not only has nothing changed, it actually got a lot worse. You're fucked up in terms of the economy. There's no question whatsoever about that. But you're fucked up in terms of immigration as well. You're fucked up in terms of your culture, your values, the safety on your streets, the schools your kids go to. They don't even speak your fucking language anymore. I don't want to get pissed or angry. I mean, it's not. I have family that they're going through. They're living there and so on. So yeah, it kind of tickles my bone a little bit. But I'm a little bit more of a concerned citizen of the civilized world, if you want to look at it that way, because I do survival and preparedness. This is what I've been doing for many years. I'm actually good enough that this is what I do. This is my profession, okay? So I'm gonna be fine up to a point. Are my kids gonna be fine? Yeah, I guess so. They have the tools. They were brought up in a certain way. They're not exactly but the world is going in this direction. The Western world is disappearing, guys. Don't you see it? This is UK. And, I'm from Argentina. And traditionally, we would be like, there's the war and the football. No, I don't want to see this happen. I don't want to see this happen in UK. I don't even want to see this happen in fucking France. And they're all a bunch of fucking assholes, as you know. And even then, I would not want to see France disappear as it is happening. Oh yeah, we're a bunch of Argentine racists because we poke fun at the fact that 99% of their national team hails from African descendants and parents and actual people born in Africa that also happen to have French citizenship, right? And we are the bad guy. We are evil. We are the thing that needs to be canceled. We are the people that need to be canceled because we describe reality as it damn is. Well, in the meantime, France is almost as gone, if not as bad or worse, depending on what. You want to play the game of who's worse, France or UK? Okay, play that game. Honestly, I would like to see things change so as to see the destruction stop and hopefully at some point rebuild our societies, right? It's happening. You're being replaced, right? There's different conspiracy theories. Is it a conspiracy? Is it really a conspiracy when it's actually happening? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I know it's great. I love walking down London and not seeing a fucking sign in English anymore, or hearing anyone speak in English, or seeing the little British-looking girl having a Jamaican accent because they lost that too. So it's not about just you. It's about uncontrolled immigration to the point where the population cannot take it anymore, where the culture cannot take it anymore, where the services, may that be health, education. You have classes where they just basically give up. I mean, why are we even teaching English here when 70% of the class speaks Arab? Why even bother with it, right? And then you have the cultural change, and then you have the change of values. So you have a bunch of, and I lived in one of the more, I don't know, I lived in the most British of British places in the fucking planet. There was nothing as British as my little community, my little neighborhood, and I loved it. We get along fine. We got along just fine. Neighbors of the kids came home and they stayed in the kids. It was kids were living basically on the cul-de-sac, right? Playing, riding their bikes, going into one house, going into the house of the next kid. Oh, this other kid got this game. Okay, we go play to whatever, right? Rob's house, and they would play there. And that's how it was. I mean, that's like you see in the movies. That's dying. That's rare. That's not how most of the country is anymore. There may be places here and there, but that's not how it is. And it's more so the case that it's turning into what you see now here. Yeah. Riots break out in UK, 3 children. Yeah. Of course. Oh, but the greatest concern you have is Islamophobia. Oh, dear God. Southport riots expose Britain's Islamophobia, says first post. Okay, yeah. That is the headline, guys. You're racist. The headline is you're racist. Not that you're rightfully concerned for your country going to hell. No. You're racist. You have to re-educate yourself. You have to rebuild yourself into someone more tolerant. You're just not tolerant enough, right?
Let's turn to Britain now. The country's ugly truth has been laid bare. All those years of multiculturalism, all those decades of preaching secularism, but it's all coming crashing down. We told you about the recent stabbing in Southport. They damaged the building, they torched police vehicles and assaulted police officers. Protests were also held in other parts of the country. In London, things got violent. Clashes broke out near Downing Street. Protesters threw flares and beer cans.
Guys, you know what? Get yourself street survival skills. This is going to be really helping you. Get yourself surviving the economic collapse based on my experience of going through just that in Argentina. Argentina is, a little bit of a different place, but these skills, this stuff that I explained here, this mindset still applies no matter where you are in the world, especially with the entire fucking planet going to hell. You want to be a lot better prepared. Can you get yourself one of those things in wherever you are? And you can, I know you can, yeah, if you like add like a stick, like a rod welded to the frame. I don't know. You do you. Personally, I would get myself my shotgun license, my permit, and there's another one that you can get like a semi-automatic with more capacity. I would get that. Yeah, I would get that, and I would protect my family within what the law allows. I still think you have a right to live, and I think you still have a right to, in some cases, defend your life and defend your family from aggression in your home in UK. I've heard of people that are not even allowed to do that anymore, and the law has come hard on them because, they dared challenge the desires of someone from a far distant and multicultural land that want to impose their violence on them. And you're not allowed to defend yourself. You're supposed to call the Bobby that will come with a stick, and then maybe call the armed police that doesn't even know how to use the fucking gun. But hey, we have the Indian lady telling you how racist you are. You're racist. Yeah, you watching this from Southport or wherever it is that you are. You're racist. You're the problem. You're an Islamophobe. You're not tolerant enough. All right. I mean, go back to where you came from. You, John Smith, dude, born there and having lived there for your entire. This is a joke. It is the Indian lady telling you that you're not tolerant enough.
Prime Minister's residence. Some of them also had a slogan: "Stop the boats." It's a reference to migrants crossing.
It's a reference from blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. It's a reference to the invasion that you're suffering. Instead of having an actual Hercules plane or an actual clipper or a speedboat and having a proper war. No, instead of, I mean, it's clever. Instead of invading with military equipment and ships and planes and bombs, no, you just show up. You just show up by the millions. You jump the part of winning a war, conquering, and then settling. No, you just settle. You just walk in and conquer it. You just walk in, hey, pay my benefits, pay for my housing, feed me, take care of me, and now I won. Now what was once yours is mine. Your country is now mine. Cool, guys. That was awesome. Take care. See you next time.